I forgot what I was gonna film. Hi, what's up? I hope you're okay. I hope you're okay. This feels so weird. I haven't filmed in a little bit, and now saying hi and stuff to my phone feels awkward. I don't know. I hope you're okay. So today, hopefully the 17th of April. If you're not seeing this the 17th of April, then I'm going to edit this part and you're never gonna know that this was meant to be on the... You're gonna know that this was meant to be on the 17th of April because I need to cut my bangs again. Maybe I should cut them now. No. Maybe. No. You know what? No. You would know that this was meant to be for the... I forgot. Not forgot. I stuttered. For the 17th of April because this is meant to be a celebration, honoring celebration, educational video. Not educational. It's not going to be educational. I'm so sorry that I said educational. Anyways, so today, which should be the 17th of April, is Syria's independence. Wow, oh my God, Independence Day. What the this Lord help us, Independence Day. And I'm gonna celebrate the only way I know how to celebrate, with books. I'm a little confused with this, and I asked my one Syrian friend. I asked them a while ago, right? And they told me, and then I forgot, and I got like confused, and I asked again, and then they explained again, and then I forgot again, and I don't want to ask again because why the ask the same question multiple times. But there are like 2 Independence Days, and this is not gonna be educational at all, but I think it's 17th of April, so I'm just gonna go with that one. So Syria's Independence Day is celebrated on the 17th of April as a national federal day, honoring the fallen, the people, and the honoring the fallen, the people, and the nation itself as a whole. And I feel the need to honor it for some reason. I don't know why. I just feel like it. Why does my light keep doing this? Why? You're broken. Okay, hi. I fixed it. Luckily for me, Syria is one hell of a country when it comes to literature. Arab world in general, like the entirety of the Arab world, is one hell of a world when it comes to literature. I cannot talk today. When it comes to literature and poetry and shit. So lucky me. What I wanted to do was basically just read a bunch of work by Syrian authors and maybe in the process introduce you to some of them if you haven't known them, and in the process also introducing myself because I've never read any of this. Starting with a banger, starting with a legend, starting with a god, starting with a king, starting with the goat, Nizar Qabbani. This man have been surrounding me since the day I was born. This man has been all over my world since the day I was born because my father was obsessed, and we used to have like, sadly, we used to have a lot of work by him, but we donated all of it because I was a sad bitch. I just wanted everything out of the house anyways. However, I luckily did grow up surrounded by this man and his words. Like, finally, I'm glad that I'm doing this because it would give me the chance to go through my remaining dad's books without like completely breaking apart, but just for the sole purpose of this video. Nails! So, Nizar Qabbani, a diplomat, a writer, a poet, a publisher, born the 21st of March, 1923, a legend. Considered till this day Syria's, and in my opinion, the Arab world's national poet and a symbol for writing and for poetry, really, till this day. In other words, the GOAT. Like, I don't think you guys understand how important this man is in like the eastern side of the world in literature and poetry. I don't think you're gonna realize how important this man is in literature, in poetry. Do I know what I'm gonna read? No. Have I gotten stuff ready? No, but I know that I'm going to pick a book. I do have a huge like Arab poetry book, and I'm going to read it and pick just a few works from the author to read and to share with you in the process. And yeah, grab a snack and stay along. We're gonna be reading a few authors. I still don't know who yet, but there are like a lot of choices, but we're gonna be reading a few Syrian authors and hopefully introduce some of them to you and some of their genius stuff to you. So stay along, and I'm gonna see you probably shocked by probably the most beautiful writing that I'm ever gonna see in my entire life. Also, I don't really read that much poetry. Like I've been opening up to poetry more and more. That sounds so dirty, but I've been like reading more and more poetry. So I'm new to poetry. So this is gonna be interesting. This light is really, really, really highlighting my eye bags, and I don't know why, but I think it's cute. Let's just not talk about the light. Let's just talk about the book. This is all I can do right now, okay? This is all I can do right now, and I'm gonna pretend that I'm in a field and not in a makeshift corner of someone's house. I'm so sorry. However, I finished the book, Arabian Love Poems. It's like a selected poems of Nizar Qabbani. This is the cover, and did I expect to cry reading this book? No, I did not. Did I expect to be overwhelmed? No, I did not. Did I expect to question every time someone told me I love you? No, I did not. However, your girl cried. Your girl is overwhelmed. Your girl is questioning her entire being. Your girl is questioning that one time I've been told I'm questioning everything, okay? I'm questioning literally everything and everyone who ever suggested the word love with me. What is love if it's not this? If you don't have a person telling you, to whom I wonder should I apologize? These are my feelings, so please interfere not between the sea and the sailor. If I had a shelter, then in your love I shelter. Who's judging me for you? When you are my gift from heavens and blessing of destinies? Who are they who do not agree with what is in my blood? I'm gobbled up. I cried. I read it in Arabic because I can read Arabic. But yeah, the translation doesn't do it justice. Like the more translations I looked for you, I couldn't find a perfect one, but I couldn't find like a perfect translation the more I looked, but still like this is the closest translation that I found, the one that I just read you, and it's so beautiful. This was so beautiful. I cried. I'm overwhelmed. I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know what life is anymore. I don't know who I am. I don't know what love is. I don't know if whatever I ever experienced in love can be called love, in life can be called love. I don't know how to move on from this. What the heck? Go read I Promised You. It was my favorite poem. Go read I Promised You. You can look it up. It's literally everywhere. Just like type in Nizar Qabbani, I Promise You. It gave me heart palpitations. What kind of love can make a man write that? Oh my god. Like, how does one move on? How does one just like have this and read it and then just pretend that not pretend that it didn't happen, but just move on with their life and just pick up another book, which I'm gonna do for the sake of this video, but I'm not prepared. I don't know, like it was so freaking beautiful. Like going into this, I knew that I'm going to find this beautiful, and I knew that I'm gonna have some sort of overwhelming reaction. I knew that, of course. Listen, you can't compete with Arabic poems, okay? I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna put that out there. Like, no matter how you write, no matter like the poet, no matter who, you can't, like, Arabic poems are on a different level, my man. And I will stand by this. I will stand by that. Arabic poems are on a different level. They are the top tier of love poems. I promise. They are the top tier of love poems. They're just so... oh. Now, however, I'm going to go for a novel that is, I don't know how I feel about it. I'm just going to describe it to you and we're going to discover it together. Of course, like everything else is in my life right now. I'm discovering it with you, which is basically me, because it's just me. I'm discovering it with myself because I'm just filming with myself. Anyways, next up, I'm gonna be reading Death is Hard Work by author Khaled Khalifa, who is a Syrian novelist, obviously, screenwriter and a poet, and he's been nominated for the Arab World Fiction Prize. I forgot the name of it, I'm so sorry. But I remember it out of the top of my head because of research. But I'm so sorry, that was such a loud shrieking noise. But yeah, he's been nominated for the Arabian Prize thingy. And I'm excited about this because I don't know, like, I'm scared but also excited about this. First of all, the premise of the story is kind of scary because I don't know if I want a sad book right now or not, because I'm incapable of crying and I need a good cry because I'm filled to the brim with emotions. I'm feeling a lot of things currently, and I don't know if I just need something to like push me over the edge. Not like that, I wish. No, not like that. I wouldn't jump, I would do other things. I'm so sorry, just ignore all of that. This book is described as a complete masterpiece of war novels. The masterpiece part, I'm here for it. The war part, getting into like thinking about doing this challenge, I knew that I had to include at least one book that is like journalism-esque, war-esque thing, because I just had to. But words escape me. They are in my brain, but they will not come out of my mouth in one piece. They need to split. But I'm scared of it because I don't know, like, I want to find a good one. For example, like when I read the Khalid Hosseini, 1000 Splendid Suns, yes, it's war-esque, it's journalist-esque, it's this politic-esque, but it didn't bore me. It was lovely as fuck, and I want that vibe with this one. I need nails. So the premise is what attracts me, really. So it is all about the Syrian civil war. However, it just doesn't only follow that as a whole. It follows mainly 3 siblings who want nothing but to honor the wish of their dying father to be buried next to his sister, who is buried in a complete different town. So I imagine there will be a lot of hardship with them trying to get the body somewhere. I'm thinking heartbreak, I'm thinking a lot of hardship, and I'm excited for it. So I'm gonna start it now, and I'm gonna update you when I finish. I finished the book. It was a 4 stars. First of all, I saw a video of the author called In Praise of Hatred, and it's basically him getting interviewed and explaining his experience of living in certain places and his experience of flooding in certain places and what made him go back to certain places, and how writing helped him in literally like the worst situations possible. And I would highly recommend this video. It's just very educational, and it's an eye-opening video where like he talks about his experience of living in a country where there is an ongoing status of war, and what would make a person, what it takes for a person to go back to that setting. With the story, I love how we get into it straight away. Something I noticed with a lot of Arab authors and a lot of my Arabic books that I read, we get into it straight away. And there is an intro and a prologue, yes. However, it doesn't feel off. A lot of the books that I read sadly feel like they're split. Even the books that I end up absolutely loving, even end up like 4 or 5 stars, they still feel somehow split, as in this is an intro, the plot, and the outro. However, with a lot of my Arabic books, they just feel smooth. Can you hear the favoritism kick in? I can hear the favoritism kick in. We're following Hussein, Nabil, and Fatima, the 3 siblings, and they are carrying Khabubul. They're carrying their father's corpse from one state to a different state in order to fulfill his last wishes. And the journey itself isn't long and shouldn't be like filled with perils, but boy, it is. الموت تحت القصف، تحت التعذيب، بعد الخطف لطلب فدية، تحت رصاصة وقناص في معركة. أما الموت لأسباب طبيعية فهو نادر هذه الأيام. Although the road and the journey itself isn't necessarily long, as it would take them, I think, 4 days to finish. However, the things they have to face and get through to get there, to go to their destination, makes it 10 times, if not worse. And you can definitely feel it through the writing. You can feel the setting, you can feel the smells. I don't know if that makes sense, but they were describing the sight of the corpse at one time, and their skin like blew in, and it's starting to fucking decompose. And did you see how the fucking like went longer, the word fucking, because I was trying not to curse, but like I couldn't help it. Anyways, they were like describing the corpse decomposing and the colors and everything, and it's fucking triggering, and you can feel it, like you can feel the smells, you can see the colors, and it's described in this like heinous, gruesome, heartbreaking way, but it's super realistic. We go through a lot of in and outs and a lot of third person POVs. They're still all third person, but we go through a lot of POVs, and I like the smoothness of it. I like it. It's a lot. Like, the present is the warfare. The present is them carrying their father's corpse, yeah. But then we go back to someone's past, and I don't know, like, how smooth that was done, and I like that so much. You can be close to death in a second, and then semicolon, boom, the second phrase after it, we are in Bulbul's past, and we are having puppy love and crushes, and his days at school and at college, and deciding what to do, and having his first love. This is so super important to put in a novel like this, because it's sort of like a check-in point, especially for readers from the eastern side of the world. It's sort of like a check-in a check-in point, like in, hey, I'm a human. This person here that I'm talking to you about is a human, and they have feelings and puppy love and crushes and a normal life, used to have a normal life. And there isn't a softer way to put this, and I'm sorry, but it's just the truth. But you hear about a country or a person from a certain country, and you get an immediate idea. And now it doesn't have to do with a person being racist, a person being a bigot, nothing. You just hear of a certain place, and you get a certain idea, you get a certain image. And putting things like this in books like this is super important, because it's like a reminder that this is a human being, and what's happening here, they don't want it to happen too. Like, you think it's bad, fucking imagine being in it. We're not part of it. Because you forget that these are people with hearts, with interests, with lives that used to be lives, you know, like used to be fulfilled life before all of this. لم تثر قصة جثة الأب فيهم أي شيء. شاهدوا الكثير من جثث أحبتهم، والموت كان قريبا منهم لدرجة لم يعودوا يكترثون له. There was this part where he was like talking to himself and reminiscing and having nostalgic thoughts, and came to the conclusion that suicide is the best thing that he can do for himself right now, because ending himself would have been better than facing what would have happened. You can feel the descent into that decision. It's heartbreaking to go with him through this, through all of him reminiscing and having nostalgic thoughts, to him descending into that decision. This ended up being 4 stars, if not 4.5. Highly recommend. You can definitely find it translated. I was gonna be done because I'm getting a little bit low, but I want to do more because it's helping. I miss reading in different languages. It's cool. I feel smart. Picked up another book, and it's called In Defense of Madness by Mamdouh Adwan. I was attracted by the title. I was super attracted by the title. I haven't looked up yet if it's translated or not. If it is, I'm gonna tell you what I think about it, and I'm done. If it's not, I'm sorry. Mamdouh Adwan is a writer, a poet, a thespian, and a Syrian-born genius. This is a non-fiction book because I wanted to do like different genres. Yeah, this is basically analyzing humans' descent into madness, or what we perceive as madness. Small things will add up little by little, and not what you see as a final result of someone is what they are, or what they used to be, or what they were. Someone we perceive as mad most of the time didn't start off that way. It also said something about, I couldn't translate perfectly. I'm not that good in Arabic. I'm so sorry. I couldn't translate perfectly. But it also like talked about humans reach a point where they realize that it takes them a huge effort to be normal or to function like we're supposed to do. And I like that so much because I relate to it. So I was interested by that. And I'm gonna start reading it, and I'm gonna see you when I finish reading it. That's good. We're getting somewhere. Where's my mic? I've been filming. Oh. Hi. It's 6 in the morning. I just finished, and why is she done up at 6 in the morning? In all honesty, I started getting ready, right? I washed my face and I started putting moisturizer on, and I was going for a run, right? And then I was like, fuck that. And then I started putting on makeup, and then a lip gloss turned into eye stuff, and then it turned into nose contour that I literally had no control over. That's why it looks like this. And then I was like, you know what? I'm very depressed. Like, I'm finding it super difficult to get up and do things. Literally, like, I just want to stay in bed for days, and it's ruining everything. One upside part of that is that I was able to finish the book super fast. It's not a big book, but I was able to finish it like super duper fast, and I have some thoughts. It was a very interesting read. A very interesting read. Super easy in a way that totally like shook me to my core, because non-fiction. Starting off straight to the point by saying we need a person that stands up for their traditions, for their culture. We need a person that speaks their mind. We need a madman. Starting off by saying that, it like goes straight to the point and shows you what this message is gonna be like. I didn't know what I was getting myself into starting this book, and I didn't really do much research to like not spoil. So I didn't know a lot about the section of the books, how it's made, and I've never read anything by the author, and I don't even know if the author have other books. They do have other books, but like this one, so I'm just like, I'm new to this. But the way it's sectioned, I love this. It like reminded me of The Prophet. It's not like The Prophet, just the sectioning of the chapters or the sections of the book are reminding me of it. It had this one section about poetry, and it went on and on about how poetry helps heal the soul, which is just, it was written in such a beautiful and honoring way, and it was written in a way that lets you know that this person, the author, absolutely loves books, loves writing, loves words. That whole section of poetry and of writing is living rent-free in me. For example, the royal marriage of Prince Charles is more important than the Palestinian refugees, their camps being burned, or their starvation, or multiple accounts of death by hypothermia. The human conscience is broken. There is only silence. It spoke about a lot of people in that situation being judged as madman or publicly. There was this whole part that I'm gonna try my best to explain, but that little thing that I just read to you, it's sort of like that, and gave other examples that are 100% realistic. The royal wedding is just an example, but got like international media coverage. But something as Palestinian refugee camps being burned to ashes, and the people being starved to death, dying because of hypothermia, literally freezing their fucking nuts, or freezing to death, literally, and being shot at like every day. Like, stuff like this happen, and it gets nothing. It gets silence. And that happening is impossible for something like that to happen and doesn't change a person or even drive someone mad. But how can you judge a person and call them a madman, or judge their insanity or the loss of their sanity after they witness or they live through something like that? It gave a lot of examples of things that have happened, that are happening, will continue to happen, sadly. A lot of situations, examples of situations where going mad is the better outcome. There's so much packed in here. So I did not know what I was getting myself into, but I didn't expect this. There was so much packed in here. Some of the sections are about poetry, about women, about consuming commodities. That literally left me overwhelmed. In Defense of Madness literally is a surprising book, but a book I would recommend. But I'm gonna try to keep this brief because I've already done other books. But it's really, really an eye-opening book, and it held its own. I've been reading more non-fiction and philosophy-based books lately, and most of them started off strong and then they go down a rabbit hole of just what the fucking fuck just fucking happened. This one didn't. This one held its own, and yes, I am biased, but this one held its own. Happy Independence Day if you're celebrating. This has been so fun. Like, mentally, I'm not the vibe right now. I'm not it right now mentally, but it has been, I don't know, I don't want to say just eye-opening. It has been definitely eye-opening, but fun as well. And it introduced me to authors that I'm definitely going to continue reading. And hopefully you're going to try too, because I definitely recommend these. It's going to be so annoying to edit because I'm like so fucking low right now. Like my energy is not it at the moment. Other than that, thank you for watching. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching, and happy Independence Day if you're celebrating, and I love you, and I'm gonna see you next video. Bye.